Shop smart.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to New BEEFHEADS. I'm your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me is a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Michael Oden, Nine Realms Publishing. What's going on, brother? How you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm inside in the air conditioning. I had to go mow a big ass lawn today, out in the hot sun. I don't know if you can see the farmer's tan I got rocking here. I got a little bit of sun today.
Getting that nice sun bod. You know, that's how it goes. Now, I know that the show is supposed to be Neff and I tonight. Neff regrettably could not make it. He is working on something very important that came up last minute here in like the past day or so that we needed to have a fast turnaround on, and so he's doing some editorial work on a future project that we're working on. So I'm handling the duties. I know that it's very disappointing, especially apparently for Dean, since he doesn't even like me, which I guess is part of the course. You know, that's kind of our whole dynamic, and what have you. But you know, are you using the right mic? Because you just came through with nothing, friend.
Let's see. Is that better?
There you go. Now that's working.
Okay.
Good to go now.
No, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to check the USB cable to my soundboard over here. It seems to be going out on me. So,
oof, that's rough.
What that intro, that original intro, was supposed to sound like is, "What, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of New BEEFHEADS." That's what it was supposed to sound like.
That certainly is not what came out. But I mean,
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that it sounded very strange. What? Why is he talking like that? This is very awkward intro. Yep. Thank you, microphone board. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Technology. It's great when it works. But there he is. She says. All right, so yes, we got a Dean in the chat. Woo! I'm a big fan of these two, Luke and Neff.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That tracks.
Skull Flying Feline. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, and thank you for helping me diagnose my microphone problem.
Woo!
See, because I'm hearing myself through the microphone and the soundboard anyway, so I think everything's hunky dory.
It is apparently not.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Well, I mean, it's better now. It's much better now. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, man. What's been going on since the last time we talked? Like the last time we talked was the last time we talked was when you and Dean came on for.
That's right. We were talking pre-launch on the Embrace 2, weren't we?
Yep.
Things have been busy. I think we had just announced that we were going to launch in March, I think. Right? Like it was a while back.
Oh yeah, it was a while back, yeah.
But like I ended up personal life stuff came up. I had lost a job, and getting a new one took longer than I was expecting. I initially thought that I had something lined up like right after.
Right.
But they didn't get back to me for a while. And I eventually found out that I didn't get the position. But I have a new job
to let you know.
That's all been resolved. But like I was dealing with just a lot of stuff. And so like Dean and I agreed to push back the launch so that I could focus on all of that and get back on my feet and run a campaign that the Embrace 2 deserved. And that is definitely on my priority list. I've been, starting to put some stuff together. I need more. I know Dean is finishing up on Lightbringer, and then he's, I believe, going to be starting on the Embrace 2. So once we get some more of that stuff together, we'll convene. I've got an idea of when we'll launch that campaign, but I need to talk to him and see about how that works for his schedule and make sure that that's good to go. But otherwise things have been going pretty well. As you can see, we've got Judex, which is just launched here. Not this Friday, but the Friday before on July 14th. We had a great launch on Bancroft and had a great opening weekend. We've put out a book that I think is really going to take people by storm. It's the first collaborative effort between Global Frequency Studios and Nine Realms Publishing.
Yeah.
And it's a blast working with Neff and Kim, and this is just the beginning of what we all have in store for you guys. So I think with that being said, I think that's a good segue into bringing up the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I just got a message from Neff, or maybe it's Frequency Girl, for Jude X. It's okay if you can't join us.
This should have been on his calendar. I told him to put on it. But like, I know that we had some stuff that came up here in the last day or so, where like the focus became finishing this one thing for our next project, and so I know he's been working hard at that here the past 2 days, and so I'm not gonna lie to you, like it was one of those things where I was like about halfway through the day, like we have a show with Luke tonight. But I didn't want to I was like, okay, I'll take care of that and let him focus. And then if he's able to join us, he's able to join us.
He's able to join us. Yeah, that's why I said it's no big deal if he can't. It's no worries at all. You and I are perfectly capable about talking about this book. Hey, we got a John in the chat. What's going on, John? Good to see you, sir. Having him and Rod on.
Yeah, I hung out with John for a bit this past Friday.
Like in person?
No, not in person.
Oh, okay.
I had a stream about the history of Agamemnon, and talking about that. So that was a good time. Lots of things that you'd expect in a story from Greek mythology from that period. Some incest, some child eating, some rape. All good.
The usual things in mythology. I mean, just a little of that in Viking mythology as well.
Definitely a recurring theme there. All from the cursed
fear of progeny taking over the parents, so the parents eat
not
progeny.
Even just people being vindictive assholes. Really, that's the fun part about being one of the line of a person from the line of Atreus. You're just kind of stuck with a bunch of miserable asshats as your forebears between, Atreus and Tantalus and all of those guys. It really, really stand up people,
make you proud of your lineage.
Yeah.
Yep. Some person says sacrifice the naughty to Moloch. I don't think Moloch wants the naughty. Yeah. Anyway. It's been a while since I've gone over my my Greek mythology.
Well, I mean, if you want to watch a stream that went on for, I want to say like an hour and 15 minutes, it's very informative. We even have a surprise appearance from Irini, who just came in and like squealed for like 30 minutes. It was great.
I don't know if my ears can take that. I mean, thank you for the warning. I'll turn it down.
When she comes on, just like turn the volume down and just mess with that.
Did you put closed captions on it? I'll just I'll turn it all the way down and put the closed captions.
I don't know if I've got the closed captions on there, but
come on.
It's still me giving like a lecture on Agamemnon, so it's like you get some breaks.
Oh, okay. All right, you managed to get a word in edgewise. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll throw it on in the background while I'm working, while I'm drawing. That's what I do now. Like when I'm working on something, like I'm sitting here, I got my drawing tablet in front of me, or I've got my drawing table right in front of me. If I'm sitting here working, I'm listening to a YouTube video. I'm learning something. You know, my current fascination is media servers. You know, I'm a big proponent for physical media, like you know, have real physical media at all times. Hey, we got a Neff joining us. What's going on, man?
Oh my goodness, he was able to make it.
It's good to see
I
you,
told
man.
him that you were working on something very important, and that like if you weren't able to make it, it'd be completely fine. I got it.
No, I figured it'd be a good idea for me to drop in and say hi. It's been a while since I've hung out with Luke and you, well, I mean, I see you all the time, so it's not that important. I am a little bit exhausted, so you know, I'll be stupid.
I understand that.
I'll be stupid if you ask me questions.
Neff is here in spirit, people.
And that's the important part. Neff is here in spirit, and you know, sort of physically. You know, 3/4 physically, and all in spirit.
We're all here digitally.
Exactly. I was just talking about my my new current fascination of media servers and you know, having physical media and like ripping DVDs to you know, hard drives. That way I can set up my own like, you know, stuff. But anyway, I listen to YouTube videos while I'm working. You know, sometimes it's live streams. I get very tempted to like jump in and start chatting with people when I listen to live streams. So I have stopped lurking. Because you know, just I wanna jump in and start saying hi, and if I do that, then no work will get done at all, like none. So I just put on you know, basically edutainment all the time. You know, learning how to build a computer, learning how to fix this, you know, networking that, woodworking
check out
this.
Dan Carlin's Hardcore Histories. He's got some great stuff.
Okay, nice. All right, I will check that out.
I listen to Japanese speed metal.
Always fun as well.
Yeah, I can't listen to things where people are talking when I'm working, because all of my working is editing and writing.
You're composing words. You don't need somebody else putting words in your mouth or your ear.
I can't understand them. Like I don't know. Like I can't talk while I write, and I can't listen while I talk. I mean, I guess I'm a bad husband.
No, listen. I can draw. I can draw while I you know, listen to an audiobook or whatnot, and I can talk while I draw. I cannot, you know, talk while I try to write something. I can't have music with lyrics in it while I'm trying to write either. I will literally start typing the lyrics, you know, get caught up singing. I find degen or you know, prog metal is really good for that. Something like Blotted Science or Animals as Leaders, Chimp Spanner, you know, John 5. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he's prog metal, but he's fucking great. You know, his solo stuff.
He used to listen to a lot of like sludge metal and stoner rock.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. So like the deep chunky stuff and
chug.
It's all like flying guitars and double harmonic solos and stuff. I mean, it's all solos. I can't understand a word that they say because it's in another language. So by design,
that's always
I'm not
good.
Hearing words, I'm hearing noises.
That's why I like Rammstein.
Right.
I can't understand a fucking word they're saying, but I can make it sound like I do. You know, but that's the thing. I get caught up in trying to like mimic the sounds, and then I end up not working. So it's same problem all over. You know, hey, what's going on, Hen? Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Let's see, Oden, can you give us a tour of your library?
I can't. My computer's all plugged in at this point in time, so I can't really do that. I can let you know that the most recent book that I read is Belisarius and Antonina by David Allen Parnell, which is very good. And I'm currently in the middle of Philip and Alexander, Kings and Conquerors by Adrian Goldsworth.
Can I jump in real quick? Can I blow up Odin's spot for a hot second?
Oh, okay.
So he calls me up the other day, and he's in a little bit of a funk. I'm like, "What's wrong, Odin?" He says,
"I know exactly where you're going."
Reading this book, it's Belisarius and whatever, and he's like, "It's really upsetting me that like I can't get a good read on whether or not this is a literal or credible tale or not, because not enough people have actual like true historical sources for this, so it could just be conjecture, and there's really no way of knowing how historically accurate all of this is. And it was adorable because this man was generally bothered by whether or not this story is true.
So
is this historically accurate? Damn it!
Exactly.
It's not that it wasn't historically accurate. It is that the author is trying to argue a point that I do genuinely believe is the very highly probable, but because of the limited amount of sources available about these two people,
right?
Most of the arguments are mainly like it's conjecture. It's like it's 200 pages, which for a history book is pretty damn short.
Luke, he was sad he didn't have a bibliography long as his arm. That's really what it comes down to. He's sad that there weren't enough footnotes.
There's not enough footnote for me to check on this. I don't know.
There's
Oden,
not 12 citations per page.
I understand.
It's all worthless.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Sources are important, and verifying those sources is equally as important. So you gotta make sure that that shit's in order. And some people just they're lackadaisical in their citations. Can't have that. But this is why we love his historical storytelling, because he gets all those little details, little niche.
Oh my
things.
fucking god! Lee Byron Carver's in the chat.
Oh,
what?
Snap. What is up, kid?
Man, talk about a blast from the past. I ain't talked to Lee in a long time.
Been a hot minute.
What is going on, Kimosabe? I believe understanding Rammstein would make me enjoy it less. Maybe. Where have you been? That's a good damn question. It's a good damn question, man.
He just disappears into the Australian bush for months on end, and then just pops up whenever it's convenient for him. Just
whatever. Might have been eaten by a kangaroo or a wallaby. Ain't none of us fucking know.
Nothing's eating chemo.
Well, good.
It's the other way around, man.
He's just out there eating everything. Okay.
Yeah,
So maybe
off into the bush. He's coming back with skulls.
Okay. Okay, so he found a peyote soaked kangaroo and ate it and was like out in the bush for a while.
Oden stories are some of my favorite stories. Well, thank you, Lee. I hope that means like my written work, not my me
this fucking weird thing happened to me when I went out the other day. Yeah. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for being in the chat, man. It's been far too long. I miss the writing. I miss writing pros, being able to hang out and talk to all you guys, like John, you, Chemo.
That was a fun show, man. Like going through and doing like writing topics every week. It was a good time.
Neff, were you on Writing Pros with us, weren't you?
No, Writing Pros ended right before they started with Mavericks, because
that's right.
They went through a whole spell where they were having issues coming up with more topics, and so it went on to hiatus, and then the group chat turned into a link graveyard, and so they just went it just eventually just hey guys, it's done. And I think that they
retooled the show. Yeah. That's unfortunate. You would have had a lot of fun on that show, Neff. It was a really fun show. I mean, it got a little chaotic, a bunch of people talking about storytelling and whatnot. Just clamoring to get a word in edgewise.
Michael Bancroft
tangents for days.
triggering me with Troy memes and getting me to go off on like 30-minute Greek mythology tangents.
He would do that on purpose.
That was the first time I met Michael Bancroft. He heard me talking about like Elysian Fields and talking about Achilles, and just immediately goes, "So what are your thoughts on Troy?" And then switches his icon to Brad Pitt Achilles.
Sold.
I was just like,
he really is my hero.
and I didn't even. The best part was I didn't notice the icon change until after I'd finished the rant, and that ignited a whole other one. And Bancroft was dying. That was my first interaction with Michael Bancroft, and we've been friends ever since. It's great.
That is fucking hilarious. Like, hats off to you, Bancroft. That's fucking genius. Kimosabi says that he is alive. He also says that Oden needs a foot-long footnote to be interested. And he's been mining opal for a few months. He's back now.
That's fair.
Well, there you go. Good. I mean, hopefully it was profitable for you. Spent the summer mining. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into the now that we've got both of yous here. Let's jump into the campaign. But tell me the origins of Jude X and how did your partnership come about? Like, how did this happen? Because you're both you're both known for doing your own thing.
I think that we'll start with how the partnership formed, because I think that's really where this all begins. So shortly after my first stream with Neff, he was mentioning about like putting together an anthology of stuff, and I went and I took a look at Mavericks and everything. Was really impressed with what I saw, and so I got back to him, and I started to talk to him about doing a story for his anthology called Mavericks Miss, which has gone through so much. As Neff,
I mean, I'm looking forward to the next bit of Mavericks. I really enjoyed that one, Neff. Like you, yeah.
But so that was really where it all started. Is me just writing the story with him and him
and me making
really
him write it over and over and over. Yeah.
Well, not just that, my ability to like kind of bounce back and like not just give up, because he was like, this doesn't work, and like we went and we had like, I want to say, in the span of a month, we talked for over 30 or 40 hours about the expanded universe of Mavericks so that I could understand it better and implement it into the script. And we just kept talking. And then at one point, I was considering doing this book with another artist, and I wanted to get Neff's feedback because I really trusted his input by this point. Mm-hmm. And I read him a bit of the script that I wrote, and he just went, "What the fuck is that? And please tell me that's going to be in your book somewhere." And I went, "Well, this is actually this is actually a page description." Yeah. I was like, the artist told me that they prefer me to write it in like prose.
Okay.
Breakdown was going to be, and so that they could feel it, and then they would make it happen. Well, we ended up parting ways from that artist.
Oh, okay.
And so I went to Neff and I was like, "Look, I want to do this. This is the artist I found. I had found Fabrizio Ugolini, who's done phenomenal work." And I asked him what he'd think about coming together and doing this together, because he had been talking about kind of trying to get a consortium of creators together, because Neff is a futurist in this industry. Like I think that Neff has an overview of indie comics and what it could be that is so far beyond the scope of what anyone could possibly imagine. And I believe in that. And so I went to him with it, and I was like, I would like your help. And Neff goes, "All right, let's do it." And so we started to go through the script and everything. And he was like, "This is very beautiful. There's just one problem. It's not a comic script." And I was like, "I am aware of that." So
thank you, Captain Obvious. Yes.
We got to work, and what we have been pumping out since has been incredible, and we're very excited. And this is, as I said, this is the first chapter in our collaborative works together, and it is going to blow people away, I think. And that leads into the actual origin of Jude X, which is, originally he was a silent film character from like 1916, right? And
wow, okay.
A lot of comic historians believe that he might have been a chief inspiration for Walter B. Gibson in the creation of the Shadow.
Okay. And can totally see that. The hat, the cloak, the cape. Yeah.
But as Jude X was, it wasn't quite there. And so as I did more research, I found out that, and Neff was actually the one that brought this to my attention, that during the 1940s, the French comic company was putting out the Shadow storylines from the comic strips that were being printed back in the States, but it wasn't the Shadow, it was Judex. And so
kidding.
that really brought in this whole like meta story angle where I decided to take this character that was initially a small scale revenge story, very Edmond Dantes from Count of Monte Cristo, and instead turn him into this defender of Parisian culture during the 1940s occupation of France. And
yes, so the way Oden did it, he had he took this, like you said, guy who was about, like, you know, I guess he was a kid whose father was ruined by a banker, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was like a corrupt banker.
And so he like swore revenge, and then there was some real weirdness, and he wore a chicken head in a movie. But instead,
that's actually true. That happened in the second series of serials.
The mask was really cool. But what Oden decided to do was he'd already settled on the French angle, and I found that the meta was very interesting because what happened was when the French weren't putting out their own stories and their comics and stuff, they were literally just importing the Shadow and putting it out that way. And so Oden kind of taking the opportunity to set this character who he's very, I mean, Oden likes to talk about the Shadow. He is very much the inspiration in that regard, but for me it's a lot more V for Vendetta because it has more to do with culture, more to do with defending France, but also that the Shadow angle is that he's about justice and he's about judgment. And he's out there, you know, fighting Nazis, of course, but passing and presiding judgment over the people in his city who have allowed this to happen, who are kind of like rolling over without a fight. And he's trying to inspire them, and he's trying to stoke a fire in them. And in order to do that, he has to come face to face with them and you know, judge the guilty and save the innocent. So it's a very compelling story that Oden, or I guess a very compelling character that Oden's dreaming up here. And the first story really encapsulates the mission of that character. So I think it's really good. I beat the hell out of this story, Luke.
You did.
I beat the crap out of it, and we rebuilt it and rebuilt it and rebuilt it and made it stronger and better. And it's some of the, you know, it's some really good stuff, I gotta say.
Hell yeah.
You know, the dialogue's very solid. You can like just look at how he presents the opening. You don't have the first page, do you? Right. We couldn't put it up on the campaign.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, no, we did not put the first page on the campaign, Neff. That would have got us shadow banned faster than we already did.
Already are. So we should go put it up on the campaign.
Shit. See, y'all hear how awesome. God, I love this piece by Rich. Like, holy shit, man. He knocked it out of the park on that.
It's a beautiful Phantom of the Opera homage too. Like, it's
just beautiful balance of black and white, the contrast. I mean, just damn. Well done.
Neff, we might be in trouble. Frog G it sounds like he's on to us.
Is it just Mo Biggs?
Provides justice. Is Judex really Mo Biggs?
He's tough but fair, Frog G. Tough but fair.
That's awesome. Yes, listen to the wise frog, tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. You got a killer's row of people doing covers for you and prints. Like, there's some tremendous artwork on this campaign, man. And you got a Terror in the Trenches, Black Terror and Judex mini print. It's freaking
Yeah, that's the cover.
We've got a story
of the
with
crossover
that.
comic.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 pages. Vaughn wrote it. We were coming up with ideas for what to write, and Oden pointed out that the writer of Judex, the original film, had created LIIIIVVVEEEE, which is a weird looking vampire like chick, and a coven is kind of like what came out of that. So Vaughn ran with it and came up with a story where Black Terror hunts down a World War II German scientist, occultist, who has come to France, and together Black Terror and Judex have to take on this scientist and a coven of sexy vampires. It's a great story.
Hell yeah!
It's just pure
sounds
fun.
like a fun romp. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
And it's the art team from Terror in the Trenches. It's
Yeah.
Michael McCagney and Tiago Barcis. So fantastic colors, really good lines. The lines are very fluid and dynamic. There's a lot of kinetic motion to the character in the pages, and I love that collage on the front. You can see the funny looking
awesome.
vampire chicks. If you look up the LIIIIVVVEEE, Monica did a great job of just kind of updating their design a little bit. Like that's what they look like in the 19 whatever film, and then she just ran with that and updated it, and I was like impressed at how well she did that. It was fantastic.
Hell yeah, that looks awesome. And is that's a stretch goal, right?
No, that's already there for the book.
Oh, no kidding.
So it was going to be a stretch goal, but it didn't work out that way as far as pricing is concerned. So we wanted it to be available to everybody. So in the $50 tier, you get both variant covers plus the crossover story and the metal mini print, which is the same size as all the Mavericks mini prints if you have them. It's a metal mini print of the cover of the crossover, and that includes everything on the Liberté tier, which is the basic tier. That's the book, the collectible coin of Lemarion, and the Rich Ayala glow-in-the-dark print.
Oh, and that Rich Ayala print glows in the dark. The classy side of Rich, says some person.
It glows in the dark. The Russ Leach cover also glows in the dark. Yes. See, I loved the idea of Judex in the shadows with the crystal ball, and I was like, what can we do to kick this up a notch for this campaign to really take that occult, mysterious, magical element and bring it over the edge. So that cover's actually really cool. The Eiffel Tower is a black enameled spot gloss.
Yeah.
And the background is matte black. And then Judex is matte, but the white is the glow-in-the-dark treatment. So when it glows, you actually get a little bit of reflection off of the Eiffel Tower. So it honestly looks like the globe is emitting some sort of light. It's just a really neat color effect. And it's it's that greenish tint, and it's neat.
Yeah.
Mutex.
And will the Scarlet
Pimpernel will not make a cameo in this book, but you best believe that I will be throwing some sort of Easter egg about that story here in later issues, especially given the ties to the French Revolution the character has.
Dude, Oden has stuck in so many little homages to French literature, to French storytelling, characters, musicals. It's a little bit disgusting how much of a Francophile he is. It really is. It's
I mean, I'm not familiar with any
really
of that
another
stuff,
one, another one, Oden, really?
Yeah, you gotta out of the abundance of the heart.
Alone.
Everybody's got to have their hobby. This is his. You leave him be.
I can't even I have too many of those on the historical front. So it's I've got the Greek, the Roman, and the French, and Neff just sitting there glaring at me, being like, "Why is there another Easter egg here? Why?" I'm like, "Because I wanted it."
Because that's the way I wrote it. Damn it.
The inspector, who Judex is chasing down in this issue, is named Javert, right?
Yeah.
And Oden references his wife once, guess what her name is? It's Cosette, because that's a Les Mis reference. Javert and Cosette. And I'm like, damn it, Oden, can you for like 5 minutes not?
At least I didn't do Jean Valjean.
Right. Well,
and
that would be creepy. Yeah.
The French, true successors of the Romans, or so Napoleon thought. Yeah, I've never actually seen Les Mis. Never read it either. I'm not familiar. I mean, I obviously that the name I'm familiar with, Jean Valjean, but yeah, never actually sat down and watched it.
Javert is the bad guy in Les Mis. He is the person hunting after Jean Valjean.
And Cosette is the sad, sympathetic female.
Okay.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Does she lead, or is she the supporting actress?
Both. It depends on which part of the story. At the beginning, Jean Valjean has fallen in love and is taking care of Cosette's mother, and then he brings Cosette in, and then in the second half of the play, she's definitely a lead role.
Well, all right. So she sings "On My Own," right?
I believe so. That sounds right.
That's why.
Her
that's why
the biggest one.
That's all.
It
doesn't matter. That's it.
The biggest
woman, every woman who sees Les Mis wants to sing "On My Own," and so that's why.
Yeah, like her other number that's very famous is "Castle in the Clouds." Is when she's a little girl.
Yeah, completely not familiar with any of this. That's
yes,
all right. I was in Oklahoma. It's about as close to Les Mis as I got.
Very far.
When I was in high school. Yeah, I was Judd. I was the bad guy.
I apologize. Frequency Girl has corrected me. Eponine sings "On My Own."
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Eponine sings it.
What's up, Frequency Girl? Good to see you. Stepping in to correct them. I don't know what they're talking about. Clearly,
big song.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Cosette's the one that I always remember from Cosette is "Castle in the Clouds," but she's also got a duet with Mayus in the second act of the play.
You know the poster of Les Mis that you've seen with the little girl on her face on it? That's Cosette.
Yes,
right? Or
she is. She is the girl on the cover of Les Miserables.
All right, I'm gonna go grab.
I'm
gonna go grab some more coffee. Tell them what they get in this whole bundle here, because there's a whole lot of stuff here. I'll be right back.
So it's the 30-page main book, which is 21 pages of main story, 9 pages of epilogue, but it's 30 interior pages, 30 illustrated pages. It is the collectible coin, Le Marion coin, and that's significant because Judex gives... The Marion is like the symbol of the French justice. Revolution, right? And justice in French. She's the topless chick in the painting.
I clearly came back at the right moment. I heard topless chick in the painting.
So he's always giving out this coin to the people that he encounters. It's almost like a heads or tails kind of situation, right? But it's his calling card of sorts. And the people who he's assembling to add to the resistance that they're growing to overthrow the World War II Germans.
Yeah.
Are members of the resistance, and they all have like this calling card that they can draw upon. It's the Le Marion that Judex has given them. So that's it right there. We did a replica of Le Marion.
That's cool.
On the back of that, there's a little woman, blind justice, holding the scales of justice, and it does the whole thing. It says, there's fraternity, liberté, fraternité. Liberté, égalité, fraternité, and underneath it says justice, and that's the coin. It's the symbol for Judex, right? And then there's also the rich print on the basic tier.
Yeah.
You take that and you kick that up by adding both variant covers, the Black Terror crossover and the Black Terror metal mini print, and that's the fraternité tier.
And that's basically like all in, and that's your featured tier. Man, that's a hell of a deal for $50.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And
You know,
shipping, I think, is only 12 or 15 in the U.S. I can't remember.
Well, that's great.
It's actually 15.
Shipping is
we tried,
such a ridiculous
We're tackling
thing
shipping
these days.
prices, man. We're trying to get the prices down on all of these. That was why the $10 free shipping basic no stretch goals tier. So like you can get the book by itself shipped for free for $10. Like that's the basic. Just the book.
Wow.
Pay me $10.
That's a hell of a deal
get
too.
It in the mail. That's it. So I was trying to get the pricing down and get the shipping down and make it more accessible for people. So for me, like, I know it's goofy. You know how Oden loves footnotes and is obsessed with history? I'm obsessed with shipping price.
This is true.
Shipping quotes. That's what gets Neff off.
And this is true. I can confirm. I got a call in the middle of the day, completely unprompted, about 3 months ago. And I'm driving into work, and Neff calls me and he goes, "Do you got a sec?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." And he just goes, "Let me tell you about the shipping deals that I just found." And I was just like, "Oh
shit,
okay." and it's like, so this is how this feels.
This is random shit that I'm not necessarily interested in, but I'm gonna listen to him go on about it for a half hour because I'm his friend. I'm like catching maybe a third of this, and I was like, "Yeah, that's really like these are really great prices. That's fantastic." And I'm like, "Man, he lost me about like 20 minutes ago, but like I can't." Like I even got to work, and I was like, "I need to go in," because this is back when I was still doing security, I think. And so I was like, "I need to go in and arm up," but like Neff listens to me rant on shit all the time. It'd be rude. And so I just sat in the car an extra 15 minutes for it. Hey, but I do have to go arm up, but I'll call you about this again later. All right, man. Cool. I'll talk to you then. That's the thing. Like we're in crowdfunding right now, right? And ever since pandemic, it's all about shipping and connecting people internationally with goods and services using the air and the ocean and whatever to move stuff around the world. So for me, it's a big area of concern when you look around at what's going on in our specific community with shipping prices. They're always rising. And it's very common now to see just $10 shipping on everything. Just the basic book tier is $10 shipping. And a lot of people sell the book too. Like the book is $20, $25. The shipping is $10. That's a $30 basic tier that's not accessible. If you want to back 100 projects a year, right? Yeah. And that's $3,000. Nobody's going to do that.
Yeah, that's an awful lot,
Right? So
especially when you think about it like that.
So what I wanted to try and do is get the cover price down and the shipping costs down.
Welcome.
So we're the step up from that is the Liberté tier, and it's Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité because that's like the French motto or something, right?
That's the motto of the French Revolution, Neff. It's all good, man. This is what I'm here for.
The double check the history stuff, yeah.
That one comes with the coin and the print because you can't send those media mail. And it also has all of the stretch goals because those are going to overweigh the package, and we can't manage to get $5 shipping on the book. We have to step up to the $8 shipping. Ooh, $8.
Yeah, Frequency Girl got the shipping on here for you. $10 on the Égalité and Fraternité. And
$8 on Liberté, which is great in the U.S. Abroad, I think it's up to 15, and she can quote the shipping internationally. Yeah, when in doubt, go
international
for
shipping.
Just go get everything.
Just go.
Just go get. There's only one of those left. But
all in.
Go get it.
Yeah, totally.
It comes with the mask and the replica of the Widow, the replica revolver, and then a handmade cloak by Frequency.
So there's only one of each of these items?
No. We make as many of those as you want. It's the cloak. I don't want her to have to make 20 cloaks.
Frequency Girl made the cloak.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Handmade. She got a custom pattern.
Ooh.
the fabric print on the interior. She ordered special and designed. It's the same as the background pattern on the graphic asset right there.
Yeah,
like
right
the
there.
little scalloped shaped, pseudo fleur-de-lis things.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome.
Replica,
so, chance for a one-of-a-kind item here. Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty fucking rad.
Mask and the firearm are both ABS prints, and those are hand painted. And I think I'm going to be taking over painting some of the revolvers.
Very cool, man.
And that comes in a wooden display case with a frame mounting. So, like, you can put it on the wall, and it, like, sits inside the thing all framed up. And
that's fucking cool. See, this is the kind of stuff that we need to see more of. Like, these kind of high end prestige looking bits of apparel. Stuff that you can decorate the house with, decorate the theater with, the library, the man cave,
what's the crazy part?
Shed,
dress
whatever.
up and go to San Diego Comic-Con as Judas.
Yeah.
I even found a custom hat that fits over the mask and a human head. I got one with the brim wide enough and like the head opening big enough that you can actually cosplay Judex. All you need is a pinstripe suit. You got the mask, you got the suit, the cape, the hat, and everything. And that's the desire on my part is to make it really easy to get in, right? $10 tier just to get the book. Or you could go $1,000 and get absolutely everything plus the prestige items and the one-of-a-kind thing. So it's like I want to cater to both sides of the spectrum here when it comes to crowd-funded comic experience.
Totally.
Well, and the craziest part about this, Luke, is they still have more surprises for this campaign.
Oh yeah,
there's still more stuff coming, and I just remember the month or two leading up to the campaign, I'd get a message from Neff and he goes, "Hey, how does this sound?" I'm like, "We can do that?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do that.
You remember the stretch goals on Mavericks, and we just kind of started off slow and just built 3,000. Well, we've got stretch goals again. So far, we've unlocked a die-cut Dean James bookmark. It's kind of neat because I see a lot of regular rectangular bookmarks. I've never seen a die-cut bookmark. So it's, we found a way to do a thicker, more rigid bookmark that doesn't, like bend like a like a regular bookmark would, but you kind of like put it over the top of the page, and so Judex his body sticks out, and his cape goes behind the page, and his like long body goes in front. It's almost like a paper clip or a money clip if you think about it.
Yeah, totally. So I've seen those type of bookmarks before. Those are great. I love it.
I had never seen one. I thought it was a cool idea. Freak Girls.
Yeah, man. They don't. Idea. They used to make them, they used to be able to get they were flimsy paper ones, but you used to be able to get them in those little, the newsprint magazines they'd bring in that you could order the books from. You remember, back in the day when you were kids? They used to have little bookmarks and stuff you could get with characters on it, and you pop them out and stick them in a book like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
So we made them. We made them durable. I want to make sure that they didn't bend and over too much.
The old ones were pretty flimsy. They would break pretty damn easy. But
we got
that's
some
fucking
other
cool, man.
exciting things in store for the stretch goals. But there's other stuff that we want to put up as tiers, and there's a lot of original art, and there's a whole second wave of stuff that's planned. But it's really hard to do that when you're not discoverable on the damn website.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty, Indiegogo. You'll take the money and you'll take people's money, you'll take the campaign's money, but you won't provide the service that you're supposed to provide by letting it trend naturally.
What really irritates me is that everyone that's coming to this campaign to back are people that we encounter on streams like this. People from the indie comic book community, or what have you, fans who we've done the hard work to cultivate. People like you give us the time to bring our book and put it in front of them. That's all the marketing that we're doing together. Indiegogo is doing absolutely nothing but taking money from people who we've collectively built as an audience for these indie comics. They're not advertising us to anyone new who's never encountered our stuff. They're just stealing money from the indie comic book community and the creators who are crowdfunding on their website. And I think, I think that's something like, you know, a consumer movement needs to get involved.
Well, I mean, we just take our business elsewhere. You know, if you're not discoverable on the website, you're not getting what you need from the website. Go to a website where you can be discovered. You know, go to Fund My Comic. You know, use Luke Stone's website. There's so many good books up on that website now. People are getting funded over there. You know,
yep, that's true.
If Indiegogo is going to keep doing this and it seems like, you know, no desire to fix the problem with the website, then, you know, we just go elsewhere. You know, some person says report them to the Better Business Bureau. I mean, yeah, you can try that as well.
Very smart.
Yeah, I like it, and I think that very well may be a thing, because I know I believe Neff and Freakworld even reached out to be like, hey, why did this happen? And they did not only did they not respond, but I believe, Neff, you said that they marked our petition as resolved.
So when you open an inquiry, it's opening a ticket, right? Like you open a ticket, like a customer inquiry, and they just keep marking the matter resolved. They don't get back in touch with us.
They don't do anything. They don't fix anything. They just keep.
They just shut up. Just shut up. So,
yep.
Yeah.
That's some fucking bullshit,
too, right? But
that is definitely worth.
That
is definitely worth contacting the Better Business Bureau. About.
Yep.
That's piss poor customer service, and they literally are just taking money from people. You know, oh yeah, we're hosting your shit on our website, but you know, we're not going to let you get seen. You know, with the whole point of being on a site like this, and you know, not somewhere else, is because you get on that trending. You get, you know, the algorithm, you know, has you show up.
It's also like for within our network, right? People look at crowdfunding a little bit differently than the way that it's traditionally looked at. For us, right here, it's like almost like a pre-order. Right? Jump in, and when the book is done, it'll get out to you. Jump in now, and if the book is finished, well, you're on the list of people it's going to be mailed out to. But traditionally, crowdfunding is, hey, I have an idea. I have either a patent design or something, and I'm looking to do a run. Here's the prototype. Let me show you how it works. Give me $1 million, and I'll make this commercially viable for people to.
And you get in at a cheaper price.
And you making the seed, you know, providing the seed capital for this, not only get the first round of these innovations, but you also get some additional stuff for being, you know, the person that helped kickstart this project. And that's why Kickstarter is so much better than Indiegogo, because they have the name, right? But if you don't have the project discoverable on the website, you're actually violating this idea that you're there to help them grow funds. Crowdfunding is about funding from the crowd. You're hiding them from the crowd. You're literally doing the antithesis of what they've come to you to do, because that's what your business model says you provide. Crowdfunding.
You're supposed, you're it's a crowdfunding website, ergo you need a crowd to fund from. And if you're going to hide the campaign from the crowd, then it doesn't work.
It's almost like it's false advertising, or they're violating something, right? They must be.
Well, I mean, they're violating the spirit of what a crowdfunding website is.
Well, I think that like they can't even hide behind any terms of service shenanigans. I know that for previous campaigns, they've been like, oh, well, we're not under any obligation to promote your content. Like that's all well and good, but being able to search my campaign on the platform that my campaign on the platform that it's hosted on is not you advertising. That is part of the services that became
you're supposed to provide.
We're not even in the comics tab. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like we're not
that's bullshit.
On the website. We're not in the comics tab. We weren't in trending. We were never in just launched. And if you enter the name of the campaign in the search bar, you can't find it. Now, you know, neither here nor there. I say we move on from that topic.
Wow. Yeah, but okay. So hit the link that Frog G has dropped into the chat, so you can go back this fucking fantastic project. I mean, the artwork is gorgeous. We're gonna take a look at some of the interior pages they got posted up here, but you can go look for yourself at that link. Now, what is this the globalcomics.com thing? What is
Global Comics is seeking to take the market share left by the vacuum in the downfall of Comixology.
Okay.
Chris from Global's Comics has the exclusive digital distribution rights for the Valiant library.
Nice.
Valiant Comics. He's got their contract. He's got Heavy Metal's contract. He's got AWA. He's got Source Point Press. I mean, you could go to their website.
Puts out some fun stuff.
Well, their entire back catalog of comic books are available to read. If you pay you get a subscription. You go to the site. You go on there. You go to the publisher page, and it's just all the comics. You could just
all the stuff that they put out. That's great, man.
Right.
Yeah,
it's unlimited, pretty much. Like, I mean, there is a limit to the content that's on the site, but they have something like 200 and something thousand books for you to read, and they also cater to smaller indie creators and people who you've never heard of. The cool thing is the way that they market, the way that they connect these projects. Unlike Indiegogo, they're all about discoverability. They make it very easy for you to be discovered. You finish reading a book like, Rye in the Future Force or Exo Manowar, and they're going to give you a link to a book that's reminiscent of either that type of storytelling or that character or that type of story. And it's
that's
really
awesome,
the way that
man.
they weave this stuff together. And he's got a whole team over there. They're putting out an app. Their app's in beta. I've been participating in the beta. I think it's really cool.
Right on,
Discord. So I mean, he's got a couple $1 million in funding behind him. It's not just some chintzy fly-by-night operation. Like, these guys are serious. They're sticking around. The next move that they're going to do is print on demand internationally. So, if you're in France and you want Judex and I can't send it to you, or you don't, I don't have any in stock, you could just be like, boopity boop boop, through Global Comics, they print a copy for you, and that and that goes hand in hand with international translation services, which is the other thing he's going to be offering. So, that's huge,
comics. Man. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why we have a limit to 50. You can buy our digital. You don't need to maintain your subscription with Global Comics to keep the digital download. You just go on there. He has a secure link for you to get the books, so it's anti-piracy, because it's so much easier to do that than to go and find a torrent site and torrent the book or whatever. But you get that. It goes to your project, but it also goes into your little long box, because you can buy things on the Global Comics website and save for later, the way that you could read them through the app on Comixology. So it's just a very cool,
I love it, man,
thing to be doing. Yeah.
I love it. I love the fact that we're getting alternatives to these services that just up and basically shit the bed, stopped working.
And the great thing about Chris and the Global Comics platform is that he's open to whoever. Like, there is no gatekeeping of certain creators off of a platform or people with their political views. He's just like, let the product speak for itself. If you're going to put crappy stuff up there. And he's also not interested in having any of the big major comic book publishing houses on the website. He's like,
who would be?
I mean, he's like, I don't want to have that server load. No,
no, man.
Valiant, which is great.
Dude, some of the old Valiant books are fun, and when they did the relaunch, like I was picking up Harbinger and Ra, or Rye, however you say it. I was Exo Manowar, man. I've always enjoyed Exo. Yeah.
Turok was cool. Ninjak was all right. I liked a little bit of Ninjak. Eternal Warrior was cool. The relaunch of Eternal Warrior was better. Harbinger was a great series. Hard Corpse was good too. They had a lot of titles, and it was a lot of fun.
They had a lot of good talent working for them as well.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, Shooter, right?
Jim Shooter, man. He's still very proud. He's still very proud of what he did with Valiant, and he damn well should be. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the interview that I did with him at MegaCon, but it was really good conversation with Shooter. He's a really nice guy.
MegaCon one of these years, man.
Oh, dude, if you do, and I'm still in Florida, man, you need to hit me up. You know.
Oh, we definitely will. Once we have stuff printed and everything coming next year, we're gonna start making more of a circuit, trying to travel around and go to places, because
good.
We'll have a couple of different titles that are going to be available on the table, and a couple of cool things that we'll be doing out of our booth for indie comics.
I think there's going to be a bigger push for indie comics at the conventions. We all kind of started like in this little pool of creativity here on the internet. And now that, conventions are becoming a thing again, I think there's going to be a lot more indie creators going to conventions, and like the indie comic scene is going to come back in a big way at conventions. I mean, you've heard what people are saying about Comic-Con. Yeah, a lot of people are encouraged
to step up and to like make good content that can compete with industry content. And so the barrier to comics is very low. Anyone can make a comic, right? And making a good comic is a little bit harder.
Making a good comic is the trick.
There are a lot of people, like Oden called me like a futurist. I mean, in a way I am, but I'm not like a unique genius visionary or anything. I see the writing on the wall. It's like, I'm like, if you don't see that, you're an idiot. I'm just not an idiot, guys.
Hey, some people have a hard time seeing that. Some people have a hard time, seeing what's actually there.
It's not just about how distribution chains. It's not just about how you see it, Neff. It's about how you. Yes, the writing's on the wall, but your plan of action on how to take advantage of it is, I would think, what puts you ahead of most people. Is you have actual direction. You have something that you have an idea of where to move.
You mean a plan? I have a plan.
100%.
You have a plan.
Nobody that's the thing, is when you talk to people about this. On a lot of times, like in green rooms and what have you, I don't see the plan. I see
a lot of people don't have a plan.
I don't see a plan in general. And even when some plans do form, a lot of it is based off of hope and not anything tangible that can really But you have
nothing actionable. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But you have something where it's like, these are our short terms, here are our long terms, and this is how I'm going to accomplish each and every one of them. And everything is within the realm of possibility and is tangible. And it sets you apart from everyone else.
Thanks, so.
And it's it's why I call you, you are the futurist of this, because you are a person that, I mean, as you said, you came out, your first campaign, MAGICKS did what is 30,000 on Indiegogo, and then another
20 something on Indiegogo. Something on Kickstarter. Together, it's 30K.
Yeah, first
30,
book.
30. Yeah.
That's an outstanding.
We're good at marketing that. That's all. We studied the game. We studied the landscape,
and it paid off.
We figured out how to do it. That's all.
Yeah,
but. Really, like you mentioned Luke Stone earlier, right? I think what Luke did is a perfect example of what you're going to see. You're going to see people who are like, we need a thing. Let's make a thing. I'll be through the wall, right? I'm not going to be the first guy through the wall. I'm going to get bloody. That's kind of like the common saying, right? But I'm going to create a place where we can all kind of make our books searchable, findable, and available. Right, and that's what Luke's doing. Look at Rippaverse, right? I mean, everyone talks about Rippaverse. Rip is out there making his own interconnected universe, hiring some really top-tier talent, and he's figured out mass distribution. And I would love to see Rippa in stores. I would love to not cut comic stores out of this this new future, but comic stores have taken a hell of a beating over the past couple of years. And while we are seeing sales jump up from what they were, and some comic books recover, we saw a lot of comic book stores close, right? We saw a lot of publishers pull their product, and they went down in flames. You got a lot of publishers right now that aren't doing so well. You got IDW, right? You got Aftershock. You got a bunch of it's been a bloodbath. Okay, long and short of it, it's been a bloodbath, which means that the model and the intent behind the model has to change. It can't be all licenses. It can't be.
That's the thing. Too many licenses.
It can't be. We can't be trying to shop your license, so you're making the comic book in order to shop the license.
No.
And you're trying to get the book into stores and prove that there's readers' interest in order to shop the multi-million-dollar license to a studio. It's not a good business model, man, because
they're not making it for the love.
For so long that people want the book by pushing it off on comic book shops. Be like, hey, order 100 of these and get this special comic book cover, which is going to be really big in the speculators market. You can sell it for
get me
as
started.
Much money as you spent on the covers, because you're the store, so you're buying it from the distributor, you're selling it at wholesale, essentially. You're selling it at then you sell it at the markup. But the idea is that you can't make retailers buy 100 of your comics, and then the reason ICV2 isn't reporting comic book numbers anymore, it's because
they're fucking abysmal.
Hey, look, we sold 2,000 something hundred copies of this comic book, which means people are reading it, Paramount. So you should option our contract. And you should spend hey, Netflix, we're in stores. Look at how we're in stores, selling all these comic books in stores, because we're forcing comic book shops to buy 20 issues of shit they're not going to sell to get the variant cover that they're going to flip in order to make a profit. Because the only way these stores stay in business selling these trash comic book titles and these fucking Funko Pops is by taking advantage of the speculators market. And let's talk about just the economics underneath it, the underpinnings. No one wants to tell the truth about the game, and that's the shame of it, is the game needs to change. And
it does. When there's fucking 26 covers to Detective Comics 1,000, that's fucking ridiculous.
And that's cool. That's cool. Make those covers. Don't force the retailers to buy 100 issues of your comic that no one's going to buy to inflate your sales numbers and make it look to all of the other industries that don't know how your industry works, like your numbers are bigger than they actually are. That's just dishonesty, and the fact that that's been going on for so long is kind of heartbreaking in and of itself, because the industry is just built on lies.
Well, you've also got to retrain the audience. There's no reason to pick these books up to read them, so they're just picking them up for the sheer monetary value. If there was a reason for them to pick them up to read these books, if the stories were any good anymore. We've got to retrain the reader.
You need a reader copy and a collector's copy, Luke. It's almost
people do this for action figures. Yeah, okay. People do this for action figures. It's part of the reason why I stopped collecting action figures, because I always wanted to have one to open and one to leave in the package. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do when I get my Cyberfrog figures. I'm going to be in a fucking quandary.
You're going to be 70 years old. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, and for what Neff is saying, you guys, I'm sure, saw what Dark Horse put out here either today or yesterday, where manga is 1% of their content thumbprint, but 66% of their profit.
All right. Time out. Dark Horse has the exclusive contract to import from Shueisha. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not actually producing content. So when they're talking about the budget of the stuff that they spend, they just own a license. Shueisha's providing everything to them.
Yeah, I know.
So that number, it's very shocking. It's very, oh my God. But it's because, all they did was nail down a contract for some overseas manufacturers to ship exclusively to them so they can distribute to the U.S. market. Once again, Luke, it comes back to shipping and distribution. That's
makes the world go round, man.
Right.
Yeah. That's how we're able to do this whole global communications thing. That's how we're able to have global audiences like this. It's an amazing tool that we've got, the internet, and being able to do this. But making sure shit actually shows up to people is the thing.
I don't want to reinvent the wheel or anything. I just want to leverage the tools that are at hand and not be afraid to
put in some long, hard hours and a lot of hard work making this shit go.
I don't think we have to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of great tools out there. We just need to put them together in tandem and build this cohesive machine to, get this thing rolling. And we're figuring it out. I mean,
people haven't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at how far look at how far this scene has come since like 2018. Like, the little baby steps that everybody was making in 2018. Look at the shit that's being done now. Look at the strides that are being made. I mean, and again, you brought up Eric July with Rippaverse. I mean, look at that. That's huge, man. I see a lot of people, that haven't picked up comics in years, and they're picking it up just because the hype around the book. People, they're interested in the book. Maybe they're interested in the creator to start out with, but now they're interested in the book because there's hype built up, and there's quality creators being brought on to work on the stories, new stories, new characters, new archetype being built. We need that. We need the cape stuff. We need the noir stuff. We need the gritty stuff. We need something for everybody. It's the beauty of comics. It's the beauty of this fucking medium. Is any kind of story can be told. We just need people here, telling them stories, and we don't have to reinvent the wheel to do that. We just use what we got, and we build off of that. What's up, Lord Sandwich? Welcome. Hail. Says, how goes my meaty nights? I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it sounds roast beefy.
He's Lord Sandwich, so if we are retainers of the Lord Sandwich, then I'd assume Meaty Knights would be our titles.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense, I suppose. But now I want a roast beef sandwich.
It's a bit of a cheesy convention, but what else are you gonna do when you're in a pickle like this?
Oh wow! I have something for that. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. I love what Global Comics is doing. Guys, go check out globalcomics.com. All right, so what the El Guapo? This is the just the book
named after Eric the Guapo, because
Eric the Guapo.
Eric the Guapo is one of my favorite trolls. And he's
Eric the Guapo.
commenting. Yeah, Eric the Guapo. He's one of our.
He's actually one of the first people to buy artwork from me. Nice. My Viking piece. Yeah. He reached out to me, and he's like, "Hey, you want to sell that piece?" It was after a Fragtober, and that was the first bit of artwork I sold in this scene, and it's just been
awesome.
Onward and upward since then. So yeah.
So he's a pretty big fan of comics in general, and he is in one of like the DM groups that we're in. He's always talking about how he doesn't want any of the stretch goals. It's all tchotchkes. It fills drawers. He wants better books, lower shipping. So I created a handsome tier just for him. And then he
a very handsome deal, a physical copy. Yeah.
Never good enough for Eric.
Any of those pesky tchotchkes, just the book. Right. There you go.
No stretch goals. No nothing.
No nothing.
Nice and
like,
simple.
Just like a plain burger on a bun.
Yeah. The essence of meat.
Yep. Exactly. Let's see. So, Liberté. This is the all unlocked stretch goes. So you get that coin's pretty cool. So you're having this coin minted for this campaign.
Yeah. Hey, freak out, bring me coin. There's a giant box of them downstairs with the capsules and all that other stuff.
That's fucking rad, man. I dig it.
I'll show you because this will autofocus because I'm upstairs in the office, not downstairs in the studio where we have the stupid camera.
We have the stupid camera downstairs. The smart camera's upstairs. I gotcha.
Well, it's just my regular computer camera, right? It's my not even a potato cam. It's like built into my laptop.
That's what I use.
I'm using one of those stupid cameras. I mean, my laptop has an okay camera, but it's currently off to the side. I'm currently in the studio, the work studio. The camera, the laptop is for traveling studio. But yeah, all right. So $20 gets you all the unlocked stretch goals, the glow in the dark mini print, the coin. Like, wow. Just for $20, and then the regular copy. Look at that coin. Hang on. Let me figure out where my mouse is. Look at this.
Right.
That is
kind of like
fucking awesome.
Do you remember the giant coin in Batman's lair? Hold on.
Yeah. Totally.
That's kind of where I took the inspiration. So that's the Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, Justice.
Hell yeah.
So that's not the actual back of a franc. It was funny when we submitted this front with the République Française. The coin company was like, we're going to have to do something because we don't want to be accused of counterfeiting.
Yeah.
Because it's very close.
Wow.
And this is Fabrizio's art. Just so you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like,
so this is...
They were like, he drew the franc too good.
You did too good reproducing that franc, so we gotta fuck it up a little bit.
Yeah.
See, Lord Sandwich's tofu is my mortal enemy, along with the Nutrimancer. You gotta watch out. Nutrimancer sounds like a tough customer. Hey, tofu's just awful.
He's the.
What's up, good stuff? Hail, Sal. Welcome. That coin is freaking fantastic. I love it. And I love the fact that you're able to use the actual the comic book art, your artist's artwork on it. That's pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, Fabrizio is a very talented guy.
Very much so. Comic. It plays a part in the story. So like this is you. You're now part of the Fraternité, right? You're going to be a member in the Resistance. Judex has made you one of his agents if you have this coin. That's kind of like
it's awesome.
There it is in the lower left, right? Get it?
Fucking cool shit, man. Like it.
So
right.
I wanted to do something in world with the merch. I think that's fun.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the mask, the gun, the coin, the cape, all great things. I love stuff like that. I love merch like that. It adds to the immersion, and you can show your love for the the character. All right, so this one you get the main cover, the coin, all the stretch goals, and the variant cover and the glow in the dark mini print.
That's one of the variants. They're equally great.
Yeah. Right.
They're so pick one or the other. It's your choice. Right. There's a drop down in the tier selection. But in my opinion, if you're going to consider the Égalité, because those covers are really dope, why not just take the next step up, which is getting another variant cover, but you also get the crossover comic and the metal print on the Fraternité tier?
I mean, there's a reason why this is the featured tier.
That's the one. It's the best, in my opinion. It's got the best value.
That's the best bang for your buck right there. $50 gets you all of this, and whatever stretch goals they add on top of that, like just jump on it. Unless you're guapo, then just do this. But you're not guapo.
I mean, it's been pretty popular. 17 people are like, "Give me the book with no frills," right?
There you go. Hey, and that's customer service. You're serving the customers what they want when they want it. Oh, the mask. $300 gets you the mask and the main cover, the coin.
The regular Liberté tier. Yeah. But there is an optional add-on when you're checking out. The jump between the Liberté, which is $20, and the Fraternité, which is $50, is a $30 gap, right? But when you're checking out at the Face of Justice, you can add a $15 upcharge to go from Liberté to Fraternité. So I'm giving you the opportunity to upgrade, to supersize your meal for half the price.
You can get it all. You can get it all.
Same deal for the replica Widow.
Wow.
There are a lot of moving parts in that revolver.
So the thing actually moves. You can pull the trigger, it clicks, and wow.
I'm still working on fine-tuning
cool.
the spring action. The design, the engineer and I because it's difficult to make the tension arm work the right way. I might be putting
Sure.
it out of a different material. I'm still working some of the kinks out, but all of the pieces fit together, and like the trigger, the hammer, everything is able to be adjusted and moved. I just don't want to make something
love
that
it.
won't hold up for people.
Exactly. You want them to be able to, take it to a convention, like you said,
Right.
and
And
be able
cosplay
to cosplay it. That's so cool. And then the full Jude X, $1,000
Which
gets
there
you
is
the
no
cape.
upgrade there. You just get everything.
You get everything. I mean, that's the final word right there, friends. Wow, tailored cape, the mask, the widow. You'll have to provide your own hat, but you got a good start to be to walk around.
Actually, I didn't want to put it on the tier because I
Right.
don't want to promise something I can't deliver.
Sure.
But I figured out the hat. That's all
So
I'm gonna
there will
say.
be a hat with
Figured
it?
out the hat. There will be a hat with it.
You heard it here
I figured it
first.
out.
You heard it here first. There will be a hat with the full
Actually,
Jude
I
X.
was wearing it
So
on Red Valkyrie the other night when we were on with Sai and Shay. I had the hat on top of the mask.
Hell yeah.
It was the right proportions, the right dimensions, and everything. And that means no matter how big your head is, you should be able to get the mask on, the skull clap behind it, and wiggle the hat on top.
as long as you don't have like a gigantic melon, you should be all right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they only
Well,
make hats that go up to a certain size, and I was not
Right.
going to buy a hat making thing to try and
Stretch it out.
brims and stuff. That's not. I'm not there yet. I'll get there eventually.
Give him time, folks. Give him time. But yeah, okay. So go check out the video on over on Red Valkyrie to see the hat that will come with it. It's a beautiful campaign.
If you want, give me a second. I'll just go grab it.
Go grab it.
Give me a hot second.
All right. Frog G says always go the full Jude X.
Yes.
And then there's the link. Thank you, Frog G. I appreciate you dropping links for stuff. And YouTube apparently is not happy with good stuff for something. So go check out good stuff over on the Rumbles, where building the channel over there. It's better. It's good to diversify. Get shit out everywhere. I think I'm gonna have to set up a Rumble account as well. Probably BitChute. Put the videos out. Might re-edit some of my old con footage with my newer logo. Put it up over there. I've been thinking about it.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, as you said, always good to expand your markets. I am never going to have to worry about that because nobody goes and hangs out at my channel. But that's okay.
You got to make sure YouTube is actually putting the notifications out there. I find that I often do not get notifications, and I'll see somebody did something that's fucking badass. That is fucking cool. Look at that.
Just don't have him do a French accent. It's either going to come out Jamaican or New York. That's all he can do.
Sure. That is all I can do.
That's fucking cool.
So
I like
fits,
it.
Right?
Yeah. No, it totally fits.
Yeah. And
Wow.
as you can see, there's still plenty of room back here.
Yeah. That's
So you should
fucking
be
rad.
able to-
I love it.
You should be able to do
Love it.
fine.
Yeah. That's cool stuff, man. Wow. See? There we go.
Flying.
Yeah. That is pretty fucking rad, man. And yeah, so you guys gonna be the full Jude X, like for real and legit. You'll have the whole thing.
I'm gonna take the leather probably down, and I'm gonna add a gray band to it, so it looks more like what's authentic in the comic. Resembles
Right.
more like a shadow slouch cap.
Yeah. Frequency Girl says, yeah, we all know who would be making the hat in that instance. LOL.
Well, at least we could say it was made in America.
That's right. Made in the USA. All right, we're gonna scroll down through here so you guys can see the interior pages. So if what we've shown you so far hasn't convinced you, maybe seeing all of these gorgeous fucking pages will. Because look at this beautiful artwork. Look at this. I love it. And it's all going to be presented in black and white. There's no intention for color in this, right?
No color.
We wanted I wanted it to feel like an old black and white movie to kind of pay homage to his roots.
Yeah. I love it, dude. This is so cool. Like the artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. I love this right here, the perspective. Some of it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, Brian Hitch a little bit. Just like kind of the composition and the epic feel. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at that barrel. I guess I didn't realize that when I was looking at I guess I didn't realize that when I was looking at the replica. That's cool. Now what is the significance of the gun?
So the gun is called Le Veuve, or the Widow,
uh-huh.
and it is made from the blade of the first guillotine. And
oh shit! Okay, all right.
It is a character in and of its own right. It is, in Judex's hand, the Widow only carries as much ammunition as is required for justice to be served, and so this effectively means Judex doesn't load the pistol. He takes it out, and when he goes out for a mission, it is preloaded with however much it needs for him to dish out justice. Now, this effectively unlocks if you're in like a firefight, it effectively unlocks unlimited ammo. But what is very cool about it is that when he is going out, it like as Neff pointed out earlier, the major point of this, he's fighting Nazis, but a large part of this is him rendering a verdict amongst his own people, judging the actions or inactions that these people have had since the occupation. So, taking out the Nazis, that's too easy. But whether or not they deserve the bullet is the question.
It's boring to just have a guy run around killing Nazis. We've had that for like 40 years, man. We need more nuance.
Got to do something. Yeah.
We need more compelling, different angles to approach stories like this. Like, sure, you could have a guy just like, I'm going to go kill this Nazi. I'm going to go kill that Nazi. Maybe it's I'm going to go weigh the measure of guilt of this French police officer who's turned his back upon his people and joined the enemy. That's a little bit more compelling, right? It's a little more dynamic. And
well, I mean, that was
the thing with the Widow is it's a peacemaker. It's modeled after the peacemaker. And the peacemaker has a loading gate. Like the cylinder doesn't swivel open like a 38 special or anything. You have to load the bullets one at a time. It's an old cowboy gun. So I appreciate the fact that like he's not limited to 6 shots. He can just ba as much as he wants and doesn't have to like
it doesn't have to like painstakingly load each shell in there.
When he unloads, he unloads a shell for each person that he's killed. So at the end of the night, when he rests the Widow back in its magical box, he unloads the cylinder for all of the times that he's
so you could have like a pile of shells, casings on the floor,
turning it for an hour depending upon how many people needed to be smoked that night. It's fun. It's a cool gun to play with.
It's kind of along the same lines as the Shadow's like morality thing. That was always at play in the story, and when the Shadow took action, so that's very cool. Go ahead.
That was definitely part of the intent. As Neff said, like there is definitely a lot of the Shadow in there, and then there's also a lot of V from V for Vendetta, because there's a tale of resistance and holding on to your culture and not allowing that cultural footprint that you and your ancestors have put down to be snuffed out. And so they're
standing up and fighting back.
There's this kind of blend of these characters, and Alan Moore, when he was writing V, very much cadenced V's dialogue and everything like that to be similar to the Shadow, and he's already kind of a byproduct of that. But here I'm taking all these aspects of all these different characters and kind of bringing them together, and Neff has done a fantastic job, as well as coming through and going through my dialogue and making sure everything is good, and even revising some a good chunk of dialogue as well, because there were certain times where things didn't work.
Look at how good it flows now. Like, read some of this stuff out loud, and it just sings, man.
Yeah,
you gotta read
Eric
it
Weathers
out loud.
Is lettering it, right? And he actually told me, he's like, I really enjoy writing. I really enjoy lettering this. You know, it's cool when the letterer is like, I'm reading it and I like it. You know, I like the words.
I'm digging this. Yeah. That's what you want.
Job putting it together, man. And then the two of us together, we tag team it, and we just it sings. It really comes out great. And I don't know what it is. There's just such chemistry there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there was an overused word in the '80s, but synergy. You know, there's a synergy between the two of you. It's a gestalt of your talents, I guess. Yes. What's up, Tank? Whatever. What other $15, $20 words can we pull out to use to describe this monumentous amalgam of talent? Yeah, confluence. Ooh, there you go. Confluence. That's a good one. That's like a $30 word right there. Fucking love it, man. These pages are absolutely fucking gorgeous. Holy shit. Like I'm looking at the pages here and just damn. Okay, so there's the die cut bookmark. That's pretty fucking cool, man. I like that. And then let's see the glow in the dark print.
Skunk has a glow in the dark print. And then
Skunk does such good artwork. Yeah, holy shit, man.
He just dropped a shadow piece recently that was just absolutely gorgeous.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then we got Shay the Red chibi stickers, which are great.
Nice. That's okay. That's what that says. I couldn't read I couldn't read it.
It's small.
It is small. That's fucking awesome.
Increase the size of the font a little bit.
Maybe just a skosh.
Down a little bit. And,
Just a skosh. But that's fucking awesome. You guys are just rocking and rolling.
With our map. We want to be cool with our map thing. Like I did it with Mavericks. We helped RJ do it with the 9 circles of hell and whatnot. And so each of those little toothpicks in the map is a location of cultural significance.
Okay.
In the French, in the French landscape, right? Like in Paris, that location corresponds to a location of cultural significance. Like there's the Louvre, there's the castle. I always forget the name of it.
You're talking about Palais Luxembourg?
Yeah, Luxembourg. That's it. Thank you. And there's the one that Shay's on is Notre Dame, right? So
nice.
Like up there in the upper left was the Bastille. Dean's on the Bastille. So like that. So there's all of these different landmarks are kind of like pins on the map where we're dropping the stretch goals. I just thought that was a cool little
it adds verisimilitude to the whole project,
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah,
there we go.
Damn right. That's one of my favorites.
SAT vocab words. Crush it.
The funny thing is that I actually picked that up from reading. Like that was the first time I heard that. I heard it used in a book. And ever since I heard that, I was like, damn. I like that, and it's so succinct, and to the point. You know exactly what you're talking about when you use that word. But yeah, I like how it draws the whole thing together. The map I'm talking about, and for those that don't know, verisimilitude is it's those elements that make it feel real. It pulls everything together. It makes it feel lived in. It's fleshed out, I guess, is another way you could put it. It adds to that feeling.
In Judex's Court of Miracles, which is, as Oden puts it, the hub of the mystic, where he's managed to gather up the arcane artifacts and pieces of French cultural history and guard them in his secret lair. There is a map, a Cassini map, which is the oldest known map of France. This is not that map, but it is close to that map. And that it plays a part, once again, in the story. What's wrong, Oden?
Everything is all there for a reason. Everything is there for a reason.
I got a text message from my boss making sure that my flight and everything was good for tomorrow. So I was just letting him know, yes, I told you this last week. So
so that's that little mystery chibi is Ritter von Wotan.
Yes, our Nazi relic hunter.
Yeah, he's the relic hunter.
So
who's hunting
these are
down
these are the chibi stickers that Shay is doing.
Yep, she got to draw the secret bad guy first.
Ha! Very cool. And there's the bookmark by Dean. That's gonna be fucking wicked cool. I like it.
Yup.
Yeah, the seam goes right up to his armpit. So the split in the cape and the seam's right there. So the page goes right parallel with the widow that's under his arm.
It's great. I love it. I love it. You know, and I love seeing new things, done differently, just it's what we need to do over here with it. We're small, we're indie, we can, we're able to do things like that. You know what I mean? Like we're light, we're nimble, agile, we're able to make adjustments on the fly. It's one of the beauties of indie comics. We can try fucking cool shit like, making a mask and fucking revolver replica that people can, go to a convention with. I love it. Die cut bookmarks. Yeah.
You see our articulated figure with the real fabric cape that is a miniature version of the tailored cape that Frequency Girl is making that has wires sewn through it so that it's posable and bendable, and the articulated figure can be
as I said, Luke,
and then you can wrap the cape and make it look dynamic, and it's
Listen, y'all, you hearing this shit that Neff's saying, right? Y'all heard that, didn't you? You heard that? Okay, good. So obviously, there's more awesomeness to come on this campaign. So, I mean, you just go ahead and jump in on this because you're not gonna want to miss it, man. But wow. So what's when are you guys looking to fulfill this? I guess is my next question.
I gave us 6 months to be safe because we did 3 months with Mavericks.
Yeah.
And that ran too close because of the print shortage. We ran into that wall in December. So that we couldn't get it out, and that really upset me. And then we were delayed for a considerable amount of time. We were delayed for like a total of 9 months almost. Oof, so I gave us 6 to be safe. But I'm pretty sure we can get these things out a lot faster than 6 months. Like the book is very close to being drawn, finished. We actually just got a page in from Fabrizio last night. Or was it last night, or it was a couple nights ago?
It was 2 nights ago. That page is pretty sick. If we want to share it, we can. It doesn't have any spoilers on it.
It doesn't.
All right, bring it on up. You can share whatever you want.
I'm saying, we'll probably be able to print. We're going to have proofs done and in hand of all of the covers and interiors before the campaign is over.
Nice.
So we're going to have all of that ready to go anyway. Our orders will be coming in, which means that I think we can fulfill in half the time, but I don't want to promise half the time because people will be like, you were late, and I don't want to be late.
Yeah, it's better to have the book show up early and people be surprised that it showed up so early rather than, always better to give yourself a little leeway just in case anything happens.
The downside is that, it's 6 months. It's advertised as like, well, what? You're going to be doing 2 issues a year? I'd like to be doing 4, but until I'm set up reliably with fulfillment and printing and shipping and then distribution, I can't promise anything. But I'd like.
Well, you gotta set up that workflow, and it takes time setting up that workflow, getting all the moving pieces. It's like setting up a machine, and you get little bits by little bits by little bits, and eventually you have the whole working apparatus. Building your own distribution network and figuring all that shit out is not. It doesn't happen overnight.
It's true.
As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, right, Oden?
Yes, Rome was not built in a day.
It was wrecked.
It was 2 days.
There you go. It's not as cool.
Maybe
it's probably not going to be as cool
for
for you as it is for me and for us, but
wow.
like the detail on this, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And now is he working? He's working digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Dude, if he was
Very
working traditionally, oh my god, I would own all of these pages.
Right?
So
All
like, and they're mine.
we are gonna probably have him. He does have the ability to do traditional work, and we're probably gonna have him do something here soon. But
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, but he's working digital.
Tank says breaks over, back to work. Take it easy, Tank. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming to hang out. So after this, what's next for you guys? Another collaboration, more Jude X?
Like what's now?
Yeah, I was about to say it's what Neff's been working on.
That's right. You told me about that backstage. You don't have to announce anything right now. Don't spoil anything if you got plans.
Neff's going to anyway.
I got pictures.
Oh my
That's
God.
like I got pictures. I got pictures of what's next. I'll spoil the whole damn thing. I don't give a shit.
See, here's the thing, Oden. Like, these are our friends, right? Like,
I know.
And the people who happen to be watching also, who are also our friends. It's not like we're going out showing it to the world.
I know. I just like to keep surprises for my friend. Like you're the guy that tells
just
your
a few
best friend what you
surprises.
got him for his birthday.
I'm so
and
bad
you're just
at
like
secrets, man.
Just
so
like
bad.
I mean, I'm terrible at it too. Like I will send like my friends that we're working on, but like you know, when it comes down to it, like if I'm trying to keep a surprise, I can keep a surprise. I just keep it in my head.
I'm sure Luke has seen this part, right? I'm sure Luke has seen this at least because we've advertised this before, right?
The Kevin King thing is going up on Instagram and what have you.
That's fucking badass. Yeah,
but there's stuff you haven't seen. You want to see that stuff?
Yeah.
Want to be the first?
If you want to save it for when we wrap up here, I wanted people to know that there is something
we can show it since Neff is already here.
Oh, look at that! What's this?
Frequency Girl says
called?
Neff is bad at surprises.
What's this?
What's up, Hojo?
What's this folder called?
The field pages JPEGs.
Pages. It's pages. Yeah.
What's up, Hojo?
Yeah, look at
Oh
these pages,
shit!
son.
Look at that.
What? Oh,
And this is what's coming out next from these two guys after Jude X. Man, look at that.
And you want to see my favorite? My favorite. It's a bit of a reveal, but you know, look at this sucker right here. Woo!
Oh, that is rad. Who's doing the art for this one?
It's Kevin Keen.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah,
Dude, I love it.
Good old Gunslinger Spawn.
Yeah.
All of the Spawns, Neff. He's been doing covers for every Spawn book for the past 3 years, and he did the interiors on King Spawn 35.
Yeah. That is friggin' awesome. I love his style. It's
and he has a
has shades of Joe Mad.
He has a colorist who he's very particular to use.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who's been coloring all this stuff too. We've got him on the board.
Right on.
Which is great.
Alonzo Espinoza.
I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, you guys will have to come back and bring him along to talk about that book when you're ready to launch it.
Yeah, if we can get the
listen, I love having a whole creative team. Like, I'd tell you to bring Eric Weathers along to talk about the lettering for the book. If
we could
Eric wasn't so super fucking busy.
Love to have him here.
Absolutely.
We'd have to coordinate that. He's 6 hours ahead, so like right now is stupid late for him.
The time zone differences are
we'd have to do like a Saturday show like in the middle of the day for him. Yeah.
Plays havoc with the schedule.
Guys, I am super fucking excited about Jude X and what you got coming up next with the field. I think it's awesome that you guys are working together and creating new, indie material. When I went up to Indiana, I was talking with one of my cousin's boys that really loves comics. He's a huge Spider-Man fan. And, he was lamenting the fact that, a lot of fucking books are just not good anymore. you know, not good, not fun to read. And I was like, dude, this indie scene that I hang out in over here, there's so many damn good books, you need to check it out. So I threw a bunch of links out at him, you know, told him books to check out, told him about Fund My Comic, told him about Alterna's, you know, newsstand page. So, you know, pointed them in the direction of you know, new books, because they're out there. And you guys are creating some freaking awesome stuff, man. I'm excited. Is there anything else you guys want to say about Judex or what you got coming out next, or anything like that before we go ahead and wrap up?
You aren't ready.
We got a bunch of cool stuff coming, man. We got a bunch of cool stuff.
We've got a lot of stuff cool up our sleeves between the stuff Neff and I.
Y'all ain't ready.
Like between the stuff that Neff and I are doing, and then what Neff's got cooking for the next stuff for Mavericks. Like,
yeah,
you guys aren't ready. It's gonna be a crazy next 2 years.
If you guys have a chance, ask Oden to see the new turnarounds of his book. He'll know what you're. Ask him to show you Achilles. All right, and so, you know, like, look at the turnarounds. All right, there's a lot coming. It's gonna be really cool. Y'all ain't ready for it. It's always about upping the ante and doing the next big thing. And so many of our peers are in this scene doing just that. Look, you know, Pixel's killing it. Look at everybody really putting their game faces on and doing their very best, putting their best foot forward. And that's why I'm happy to be here.
Skin in the game, man. It means something. Man. You know, this is passion and you know, drive to make good. You know, this is where the love is, ladies and gentlemen. All about the love for comics in this indie scene. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. As always, guys, it's been a blast talking with you. Chat, you guys are amazing. And always remember,
shop smart, shop S-Mart.